Go.
Okay, all right.
All right, now it's a proper, how we doing tonight? Or afternoon. Thank you guys so much for joining us here at the Capcom Presents panel at New York Comic Con. My name is Trevor Mitch. I'll be bringing you through the Monster Hunter Stories 3 section of our panel, and I'll throw it over to Joe.
Hello, everybody. I'm Joe Bustos. I'm one of the community managers here at Capcom USA. I'll be taking us through Pragmata today, but also here to hang out and check out a couple other games. So with that, let me toss it over to our special guest, FightinCowboy.
Thank you, Joe. As Joe said, I'm Cowboy. I'm mainly a Let's Play walkthrough guy. I'll be showing off some Onimusha gameplay for you today and a little bit of Pragmata. And Andy?
Yeah, so I'm Andy. I'm a community manager for Capcom USA as well, and I'm going to be talking with Cowboy over the Onimusha section and talking with Susie for the Resident Evil section, which is a great segue. Great segue. Susie, do you want to talk about yourself?
Hello there. I'm Susie Hunter, your resident host for tonight. I don't know if you guys know this, but I'm actually from New York. So yeah, this is a very special moment for me because it's kind of like a full circle thing. Like I used to come here as a fan years ago, and now it's like, oh, I'm doing the Resident Evil panel. Perfect.
All right, I think I'll go ahead and kick us off. So we are going to start with the Monster Hunter Stories 3 section of the panel. As I said, my name's Trevor Mitch. I'm a brand manager on the Monster Hunter team, and I'm going to be giving everybody a quick look at a brand new group to Monster Hunter Stories 3, or the Monster Hunter franchise in general, called the Ranger Corps. We're also going to take a look at an updated trailer and some exclusive gameplay footage. So let's get into it, shall we? So the Ranger Corps. So the Rangers are a group that are entirely new to the Monster Hunter Stories game and the Monster Hunter franchise as a whole. And they differ pretty heavily from the Hunters I think a lot of people are familiar with. They were founded by the heir, the protagonist of the game's mother, Queen Amara, who is the Queen of Azuria. And the heir is now the captain of the Ranger Corps, and they act as the leader. So the Rangers are really unique to the Monster Hunter universe because they're not just a group of monster riders, although they are very skilled riders. They're also, their main goal is to actually protect monsters, maintain the ecosystem, and promote environmental restoration to the benefit of both man and monster alike. So right now, in the story of Monster Hunter Stories 3, their most pressing duty has kind of been investigating the egg quartz that's been appearing all across the kingdom. It's this phenomenon where this clear crystalline structure will kind of envelop monsters and monster eggs kind of in an instant, just out of nowhere. And spreading from these egg quartz sources is this crystal encroachment. It's like this ashen blight that spreads out and takes over everything it touches from these crystal egg quartz sources. So that's the Ranger Corps themselves. Let's take a look at some of the members. So here we have Simon and Fawn as Legiana. So Simon is the protagonist's best friend and closest confidant. He is constantly riding next to you on his Legiana, their name Fawn. He really believes in the Ranger Corps, and he's very often just like your go-to man for every problem you encounter. Now we have Eleanor and Angie. So Eleanor is actually from Vermeil, which is a country neighboring Azuria, and she comes as part of a diplomatic mission to kind of ease the tension between these two kingdoms. She actually volunteers as a hostage to the kingdom of Azuria to kind of try to ease those tensions a little bit, and she's placed under the care of the Ranger Corps, and very quickly she grows to really respect and admire not only the Corps members themselves, but also their goals and their commitment to the environment. And of course, her monstie there is the Anjanath named Angie. Now we have Thea, Kagachi, and of course, Pookie. So Thea is actually the rookie member of the Ranger Corps. She loves all creatures, but both big and small, but she has a special love for Poogies, which I think we all share that with her. Her faithful riding partner, as you see there with the goggles, is called Pookie, the Poogie. Taking a tumble off the Kagachi, not a skilled rider as Thea, apparently. Though Thea is actually on a quest to recover all 101 Poogies that escaped from her family estate. And the protagonist is going to help her with that. So that mechanic is returning in Monster Hunter Stories 3. And then, of course, Rudy. It's not a Monster Hunter adventure without a Palico buddy. He kind of serves the royal family as a position called the royal feline. So he's been with the protagonist, the heir to the kingdom, for so long, been through all his formative moments, and he's really proud of his family's history as royal feline and his own duty to the heir. Throughout the story, he gets kind of torn between his duty to his lineage, his country, and the protagonist, the heir to the throne. However, he does eventually decide to join us, regardless of the implications. Rudy doesn't have a Monstie, but he is always riding on the protagonist's back. So does that make you his Monstie? Let's not think about it. So, on to some gameplay. Let's take a look at it, shall we? Woo! Let's bring up the video.
Let's go.
Melee attack from the overworld there.
And you couldn't do that before, right?
Yeah, so you actually got the materials from that monster, from the attack, because you were strong enough to defeat it outright.
Magnamalo looks so good.
He's going for it at a decent clip there. You actually saw that we switched from Plesioth to Magnamalo. You can hold up to 6 monsters in your inventory at any time and switch between them as you're exploring.
This area is so cool. There's so much verticality, and it's a lot bigger and more expansive than the previous games. Which is really
Yeah,
cool.
you can see this is a huge area. That little river area we started out is called the Cataracts, and now we're moving to Mount Canalta, which is this mountainous region. The monsters we see are going to be different from what we saw in that first starting region.
The animations here are really, really great too. So much agility.
Make sure to exercise your Magnamalo when you take them out. They love to jump.
There's a treasure chest there, but it looks like somebody took that stuff already.
Whoever's playing is a Luke Goblin.
Oh,
Devil Joe, Angry Pickle alert.
that's my favorite monster.
We don't want any smoke, so we're just going to get out of there.
Yeah.
So you can even change in air. Don't worry, the Magnamalo is fine. He landed on his feet. We're flying through, taking a great look at Mount Canalta behind us as we go back down towards the Cataracts. You can switch monsters at any time, even in midair. Now we're back to Ratha here, faithful Rathalos. And we see some Acnosom in the distance.
Look at that draw distance. Yeah,
I know, right?
good.
So we're going to see if we can interrupt their graceful flight through the air with a breath attack. Oh, just minding its own business, and we knocked it out of the sky.
That's unnecessary.
Yeah. Well, if we wanted to battle for it, it's actually really beneficial
Yeah.
if we start with our own attack. Got caught by our canine friend there. So you can actually see a little better that on the canine that Rudy is along with us. I hope he doesn't get motion sick.
It's cool to see Palamutes back for players of Monster Hunter Rise.
Yeah. Much loved. So up ahead we have a Tetranodon, and it's got some weird crystals growing on top of it. This is actually called a feral monster, and feral monsters are really tough. So we have a hard fight ahead of us. So Cowboy, you're actually really familiar with the Monster Hunter Stories series, right? Do you want to explain how the combat works really quickly?
Yeah, so we have, in a sense, it's almost like a rock, paper, scissors type system going on in stories. You have power attacks, technique attacks, and then speed attacks. And attacks typically kind of align with a monster and what you'd expect. So something that, like an Anjanath, which is more of a brute, it's going to be more of power attacks typically. And in general, the idea is when you're going up against a monster, you want to try and predict what they're going to do until you learn those various movesets. On top of that, monsters will also mix things up mid-fight, so a monster may start with brute attacks, and you'll actually see that in a little bit with the Tetranodon here, but it'll change up its form and go for something else. So it keeps you on your toes, but as long as you are matching the appropriate attack style, you end up getting advantages in battle. So you get to take additional actions, your meters build up faster, you get up to your ultimate, which is like your kinship gauge, this gauge you build from riding your monsters, and then you get to execute like super cool flashy attacks. So there's a fair amount of depth going on here, and then on top of that, you'll also notice our hunters are using weapons, and even though you don't control the weapon directly the way you would in the main Monster Hunter franchise, different weapons also have different advantages, such as bow having pierce or hammers having blunt, things along those lines.
Yeah, well put. So this is actually a feral monster, which is much tougher than the usual monsters we'll see or encounter. And you can see it just did a feral attack, which did a bunch of damage to the party and put Blast Blight on a couple of members. So the crystal on top of its head is actually called Blightstone. And when we attacked it normally, we got hit with damage reflected back at us. But now it's altered its form. So not only will its attack type change, but it might be the time to attack that Blast Blight crystal and not get hit with backlash damage. That's going to be me after the show, as I gouge myself on pizza.
So we're switching weapons here, right?
Yeah, so they're also attack type damages. So with the longsword, we had slash. And now we're going to change to the longbow for pierce damage because it does more to the Tetranodon's head. And we really want to break that crystal.
Nice.
There you see, we just won that head-on-head because we correctly predicted which attack type to use. We didn't take any damage, and the Tetranodon took extra damage. Although we still had the Blast Blight effect on us, and that ended us taking one of our hearts. Now our kinship gauge was full, so we actually hopped on our canine companion friend here.
I got it.
We're going to do our special kinship move.
These are always so cool. There's so many unique kinship attacks with really awesome animations. Usually ends in some sort of crazy explosion.
There's that crazy explosion.
Yeah.
I don't remember that move in Rise. Where does my Palamute use?
It still got plenty of health, though. But it did do a lot of damage to its Wyvern Soul gauge, and you saw that since we depleted it, it staggered, and now it loses its turn.
Let's go.
And we're switching monsters. Now we're switching monsters, which you can do at any time during a battle. Since our kinship gauge was empty, it's a perfect time to switch to a new monster, start building up those attacks. Ray Dow is going to use his elemental advantage against Tetranodon.
I think players of Monster Hunter Wilds know that attack that we just saw from right now, maybe on the opposite end of it, unfortunately.
Many players carded to that attack, me being one of them.
I think a big thing is just looking at how the UI has evolved between the franchises. Like, for those that have played the first and second game, you'll probably notice that there's a lot more going on. You have more flexibility than ever before in terms of seeing the damage types and even seeing that wheel of, strength beat technique, technique beat speed, speed beat strength. It's all very integrated and just upfront, keeping the player informed as they go through the battles now.
Absolutely. I think it flows really well, too. It's a lot easy to, once you learn the systems, it's easy to pick up. So you actually saw that we broke the Blightstone affected part of its head. So now that feral attack is going to be much, much weaker. Oof. It is still a feral monster, though, and it's really tough. And you see it knocked a bunch of our party members down.
Well, we saw the type advantage there, too, because Anjanath is a fire-aligned monster. And we saw that water attack. You could see it had that weak effect there. So
Exactly.
on top of the advantages of playing to the strength of the monster, you obviously want to tie up the right elements if you have access to them as well.
100%. And here you see Angie is hopping on her Anjanath. I think we're going to choose an item to buff her up a little bit. Oh, and we're actually switching to our Hunting Horn. Power up ourselves and our friends. And we've staggered it once more, so that means it's toppled, and we can do a Synchro Rush. So this is a mechanic where we can do a lot of extra damage to a toppled monster. And it's really good that we buffed ourselves right before this, meaning it'll power up so much more.
It's very satisfying. Look at those numbers.
Feels good.
Ready?
And now we're going to hop on Ray Dow.
Almost there.
Giving Eleanor an extra heart, making sure she doesn't tank the battle. There was a feral attack, and you saw it was much weaker. A lot easier to deal with.
But it's cool, right, that there's some challenge in this fight. There's a lot of strategy and depth. It's not like this monster is just, one hit and then it's out and it's just a filler battle. Like, there is a lot that you have to focus on here.
Absolutely. Here's Eleanor's kinship skill with Angie. Good amount of damage and another stagger, meaning it loses its turn. Now we're going to use our kinship skill with Ray Down. This one's actually really cool.
This is so over the top, but I love it.
That railgun attack, been carded to it so many times. And because Tetranodon is weak to thunder, that's enough to knock it down, and the frail monster's been defeated.
We got an S rank.
And that'll wrap up the gameplay section. So we're going to play a little game with Cowboy and Susie here. So here we have a Monstie egg. What Monstie do you think this egg belongs to? First Cowboy, then Susie.
I'm going to go with Chupacabra. Chatacabra. Oh, God. Chatacabra.
Strike Monster Hunter expert from his credit.
So Susie is new, kind of newish to Monster Hunter, right?
Yeah, I'm brand new to Monster Hunter, so I don't really know the names of them, but I'll just say a Gigantosaurus Rex.
Let's try for Gigantosaurus Rex. Let's play the video. And it was a baby Chatacabra.
You're almost there.
Everyone loves our cute little frog alligator.
Yeah. He's so small.
Close enough.
Yeah.
All right. Now, which egg does this belong to?
Well, it's not red enough. It's probably a Magnamalo. It's either that or Glavenus, but the colors look off for Glav.
Let's see. Susie, what do you think?
It looks kind of devilish, so I'm gonna say the only one I know, Devil Joe.
Let's try it. Let's play the clip. And it is
There you
baby
go.
Magnamalo.
Man, did you look up this stuff beforehand?
I know.
So
the
tiny,
monsters.
so angry, so full of hate. All right, and our final selection. Which egg does this belong to?
Given that it's new monsters so far, I'm going to go with Raydao.
Right now, Susie, what do you think?
Zebra.
Let's go for Zebra. Let's play the
My
clip.
favorite monster, Zebra. There you go, 3 for 3.
It is baby Ray Dow, not a
a
zebra,
zebra.
unfortunately. Sounds a lot cooler than
Love
a
it,
zebra,
love it.
though. All right. That is going to wrap up the Monster Hunter Stories 3 Twisted Reflections section of the panel. Thank you guys so much. It is coming out March 13th, 2026. Keep an eye on our socials. At the end of the month, we're going to have a brand new trailer that's going to kick off pre-order for us, so make sure to stay tuned to that. However, that's going to wrap it up for me, so I will hand it over to Joe here.
Do we have one more trailer? No. Oh, okay. All right. Let's go. Oh, we're actually tossing it over to Andy and Cowboy, who are going to take us through Onimusha Way of the Sword.
Whoops, Joe is right next
I'll
to me.
take it
so
from
I
here.
faulted him.
All right, so you guys ready for some Onimusha? It is back, and I've waited a long time just to talk about this game, so I was super excited when we finally revealed it in December. Cowboy, we're going to have you play the demo for everyone. It's been a long time since you've actually played this.
Yeah, back earlier in the, what was it, like July, I think? July or August? around
July
there?
or something, yeah. What did you think when you were playing it then?
I loved it. I'd just gotten through the remaster for the first 2 games and finished the anime. I was like hard binging Onimusha. But it feels good. It definitely feels like they pulled the franchise forward, like modernized it, but still managed to keep that identity. Like the Isen, for example, I think that's the number one thing that comes to mind when I think of Onimusha as a franchise, is the Isen counters. So having those back, having the parry gameplay, absorbing the souls, upgrading our weapon, like everything is how people remember it, I think.
Yeah, so before we get to gameplay, though, at the end, after your gameplay, we actually have a special message from our director, Nihei-san, which has some concept art that we haven't revealed yet, so it's just for you guys here. Hopefully you guys are excited. But with that said, are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right.
Let's prepare the gameplay on our screen first, please. All right, let's bring it up on the monitors.
So I'm going to walk you guys through this while Cowboy goes through it, and I'm going to be annoying and ask you questions while you're playing this game. How's that sound?
I'm ready for it.
Awesome. So we're going to get started here. You're going to see our protagonist, Musashi. He is at Kiyomizu-dera, which is an iconic temple that is in Kyoto right now. We're going to move forward a little bit, and we're going to see that there's malice in the area, and malice is created by the Genma.
Over there. Now, how do I get there?
So now we're going to try and figure out how to get there. But while you figure that out, Susie, you actually have a huge history with Onimusha as well, right?
I do, yeah. So I actually started playing these games pretty much almost day one. I started with the first game, Warlords, and it kind of sparked my love for samurai cinema, video games and Japanese culture all alike. And yeah, I am so overjoyed that Onimusha is back. And it's like a character who I've always wanted to see be an Oni warrior, too.
Yeah, and you actually met Eshiro-san when we just released Onimusha 2, the remaster, a few months ago. How was that?
It was great. I really loved how you guys kind of brought him back and gave him, the props that he's always deserved, because I love Onimusha too. I'm sure a lot of people love it here tonight as well, so yeah.
Thank you so much. All right, Cowboy. So there's a lot of different techniques.
Yeah, the archer first.
A lot of different techniques in Onimusha Wear the Sword.
There is.
So the Isen, there's the parry, there's the blade barrage. There's a lot going on. So I'm gonna try and ask you to do every single one of those. Are you ready for the challenge?
Oh, I mean, I've already gotten the parry. The parry is
You did a parry already. But for those of you who don't know, so the bottom right, there's like 3 different gauges there. The blue square gauge represents basically if you do enough parries without getting hit, that will fill all the way and you'll get into a blazing state. And you'll see that with Musashi's sword glowing blue. If he attacks with that,
I think you're
more
gonna see it,
souls will get. Oh,
right,
here we go.
Right now, here we go.
There we go.
Let's go.
And now Musashi's sword is all blue, and when you attack, blue souls get released. And if you absorb those, then the 2 celestials get charged. And then the bottom one, the bottom right, it's called a reflex gauge. It's called the red gauge. You feel that by doing dodges without getting hit. And when you are able to complete that, then you can do a special move. How does it feel after not playing this for so long?
I would like it now. Can you just like, you can just give me this PlayStation with the dev build. I'll just take it home.
Yeah, we'll do that for you.
Okay, I would appreciate that. Thank you so much.
Yeah, but no one say anything. There's a parry right there. Into a finisher.
We're gonna take down these archers, and then I'll see if I can get an Isen on.
Oh yeah. So if an archer shoots an arrow at you, you can actually deflect it back at them. So the whole point of this is, like, when the souls are out, the red ones give you experience, the blue ones will charge your special Oni armament, and the yellow ones will allow you to heal. It's really a strategy of, like, when do I absorb the souls, when do I attack, what techniques do I use, and just based off of like, your own creativity and using all the techniques available, you can really just feel like a samurai, really.
Yeah, well, and for those that aren't as familiar, so I think one of the things I love so much about Onimusha is there's this thing called Isen, and it's basically a counterattack right as an enemy is about to hit. Very, very tight timing. So, if you're the kind of person that likes dodging and parrying, you can certainly go through the game with that. It's perfectly viable. But what I like is that, like, the people that really master Onimusha, they're gonna get into that Isen system, and it really, like, you could do entire runs that are just Isen and Isen counters, and it really just adds a whole new level of difficulty beyond the normal playthrough.
Because it's super risky.
Yeah,
you're not just pressing block or guard to parry, you are pressing attack right before the enemy attacks. So if you miss the timing, you'll get hit. But if you can get it to land, you'll release more souls. And this is like an iconic Onimusha thing, the Isen. So let's see if you can do an Isen eventually.
We're trying.
Yeah, we'll see. You've done a lot of Isens in Onimusha too.
Yeah, I'm actually a sword master myself, so yeah, the Isen comes naturally to me, so
It's like, I know how to do Isens.
yeah, it's not a problem.
That's really what makes the game, it's easy to play, but hard to master. It really has a high skill ceiling, and I think that's true of a lot of Capcom games, but you can see it with the Isen.
Yeah, and Susie, it's been a while since you've like even seen this, but from what you can remember, what did you think about like what you saw?
I think it's really cool how this game is exploring the Oni powers a lot more. Like this whole ability that he has to see into like the near past and maybe even hopefully the future. I don't know, but it's really refreshing and it's such a cool upgraded take on Onimusha. Like it feels like something new, but it still feels like Onimusha.
What do you think about Cowboy's gameplay right now?
I think he's doing really good, but I want to see more Isens.
You hear that?
Yeah. I heard her. I need to step my Isen game up.
So you just use the Twin Celestials, which is, you're able to use that if you can absorb enough blue souls. And there's different types of Oni armaments. The Twin Celestials are just one of them, and they allow you to heal if you absolutely need it. But if you looked at our past trailers, we have shown a few more Oni armaments. And on our social channels, we'll talk more about these.
Are you going for the Isen right now?
Apparently no.
I'm gonna save them all for God.
We're gonna keep bugging you until we see it.
It's gonna happen. I just need
Okay, how
a
about
worthy target.
okay? How about here? It's gonna happen.
These guys. All right.
I think this guy. Okay.
You got this.
No pressure. Oh.
See it one more.
Oh.
I think I'm going too late. I'm just gonna parry.
Okay. Yeah.
parry
Yeah.
God.
Okay. Well, we'll see it eventually.
It'll happen eventually.
It's very difficult, everyone. Oh. For some reason, I thought that was it.
I thought that was gonna be it too. I gotta.
It's been a while since you've played this, so we're gonna forgive you a little bit. So when it goes up close like that, that's when you know the blazing state is activated. It does slowly drain, so you really want to take the most advantage of your newfound ability to release more blue souls. The double finisher right there.
No challenge.
No challenge.
That's what I'm talking about.
So we're nearing the stage of Kiyomizu-dera, which is where we want to go. What do you think you're gonna find there, Cowboy?
I think Ganryu's gonna be there.
Yeah, maybe Ganryu's gonna be there.
Maybe.
Maybe. Ganryu is Musashi's rival. He also has an Oni gauntlet. And unlike Musashi, Ganryu actually revels in the power that it gives him. Whereas Musashi, he actually kind of hates the Oni gauntlet. He doesn't want it. He wants to follow the way of the sword without otherworldly powers. And this clash between Musashi and Ganryu is a big part of the story. Okay, but this is your last chance to do an Isen.
Listen.
And you're gonna do it on the boss.
I'll get one on him.
Okay.
When Cowboy hits this Isen, I want to hear everyone go crazy.
Yes.
Okay?
It's gonna happen. It might
You'll
not
see
be.
it. There's like a white flash that happens.
You can do it. Not yet.
I need him to jump. The jump isn't good.
We're all just like looking at you, Nick.
I know. I can't.
What you are doing right now, though, is depleting Ganryu's stamina gauge, which is the red bar on the bottom of his health bar. And once you do that, you'll see right here, it's called a break, Isen.
So these are a new mechanic being added in where we fight the bosses, and you can see how it talks about targeting an area. So if I was to target the red area, I'm just going to get a big damage boost on the boss, whereas you can see out right there, it shows the arm is blue, so I can target a secondary area, gain additional souls off of it to help fill up various gauges. So there's a couple different systems, there's more flexibility in the fight depending on how you want to approach it.
You went with the damage option though, which is good.
Thought that was going to be it. That's usually the easier attack to Isen.
This is another mechanic that happens as well.
I'm just getting started, Guy.
Almost got him. And you use your Oni armaments in order to heal a little bit. Right there.
Yeah, that's usually one of the best windows to get the Isen in, but I don't think he's going to survive enough for me to
That's
get
okay.
one.
Cinematic finish.
I'll take it.
Yeah, there we go.
Very good.
All right, good job, Cowboy. It's been a while since you've played it until now. How does it hold up since you last remembered it?
The Isens are harder on the stage in front of everyone, I think.
Yeah, I know. we gave you that homework assignment.
I know,
It's
I
okay.
know. Next time I'll have all the Isens. I promise.
Okay. If you do want to see an Isen, it's going to be on our social channels. It's on our social channels right now. It's like this satisfying kind of white flash that happens right when you press attack.
Or
right when the
better
other
yet,
person
you could go by the Capcom booth and try and get an Isen yourselves.
Yes, right here at NYCC. So thank you so much for playing that. And like I said, there's a special message from our director, Nihei-san. So let's go ahead and play that.
Let's play the video.
皆さんこんにちは、ディレクターの二平です。今日はパネルにお越しいただきありがとうございます。それでは今回は子飼いについてご紹介いたします。子飼いは人間に寄生することで、それを操って武蔵に対して攻撃をしてきます。寄生するときの人間の状態が鎧をつけていると、そこにダメージが通りにくいなど、ちょっと厄介な要素もあります。鎧を破壊したらダメージも通りやすくなるので、その辺もうまく考えながら攻撃してみてください。さらに、子飼いは武蔵に掴みかかって魂を吸収するというところもあるので、うまく攻撃をさばいて、倒すなど、そういうところも意識しながら戦ってもらえたら嬉しいです。今日はパネルにお越しいただきましてありがとうございます。これからも鬼武者をよろしくお願いいたします。
All right. Thank you to Nihei-san. We recorded that at Tokyo Game Show, and that is him talking about Kogai, which is a different kind of Genma, and hopefully you guys can meet a Kogai when you pick up the game next year, right? Yeah. So Onimusha Way the Sword is coming out next year, and it is a swordplay dark fantasy action game, as you guys can see. Any last things about? I'll ask you, Susie.
I think it looks great. You know, we got a lot of sword fighting games nowadays, and Onimusha Way of the Sword is really trying to innovate parries and sword combat, and I think it's doing it with flying colors.
Thank you. All right, so I think that's it for the Onimusha section. I'm gonna hand this back over to Joe.
For Pragmata. Let's do it.
Can we get the slides back on our monitor, please?
All right. I'm just going to switch the game over. But Cowboy, Susie, you guys had a chance to play Pragmata. Cowboy, you played it back in August. And Susie, you played it at Summer Game Fest. So why don't we go down the line and get your first impressions from when you played it?
Oh, God, I'm trying to think how to, what's the good words to use here. It's like active puzzle-based action combat, because we have this real-time hacking going on while we're playing, but so you have like the shooting aspect and the third-person aspect with the combat, but then you're also trying to quick solve these puzzles mid-combat to maximize your damage, and it's like a really unique formula the way it comes together.
Let's go ahead and get the gameplay up while we keep going down the line.
Actually, can we get the gameplay on our monitor first?
But Susie, what did you think of Pragmata when you played it?
So when I first saw Pragmata when it was announced, I didn't really know what to make of it. But when I actually played the build back at SGF, it all clicked for me. It all made a lot of sense. And I know if you have only just seen it, that might be hard to understand. But once you play it, which you can play it here, by the way, it is something completely unique. And I can't wait to play the whole game, and experience all the different power-ups and weapons.
Let's bring the gameplay on the screen so everybody can see it.
There we go. All right, I'm going to go ahead. Since we're limited on time today, I'm going to skip cutscenes, and we're just going to play this as fast as humanly possible.
It's going to be the world-first speed run right now.
Yeah, so let's do it. So basically, you are hacking enemies before you can shoot them, which we made quick work of that initial enemy here. This is a little tutorial area just teaching us.
And so as you're fighting enemies, like you can just straight up start shooting stuff and fighting stuff, but the hacking is a very big part of this game. So not only is that going to, when you hack enemies, you open up their defenses so you can do more damage to them. You can see how as he navigated through there, we had like 2 little blue squares. So since we're at the start, things are fairly basic, but you navigate through those squares and you do the hack, you're gonna do extra damage, say like an extra 15% per square or something. And then as the gameplay develops and we get deeper, we start coming across additional hacks we can work through. So like a multi-hack to hit additional enemies, a hack that's going to disrupt the enemy and slow them down, a hack that might disarm their weapons temporarily. So there's all sorts of flexibility in how this hack system can get used, and it's definitely a very new, unique idea.
Yeah, and I think the cool part about this game is it just has a lot of like that depth that you expect from a Capcom action game. It's something very unique. And it has that like responsiveness, right? Like if you, again, like we were saying with Onimusha, it's a game that is really easy to pick up and play and have fun, but if you want to master it, there's a lot in there to try and master those mechanics.
Emergency lockdown for this area.
And we picked up a shockwave gun there, which is essentially a shotgun, but it's very satisfying to use.
One of the things you might notice too is like we have our main gun. With that one, the ammo is just going to refill over time, but alternative guns that you find, stuff like the Shockwave, we're going to get another one here in just a second. These guns have a set amount of ammunition. So, you don't want to just hang on to stuff forever. It's like when you find it, if there's a challenge at all, you want to use it because the hopes is that by the time you find a next one, you're ready to go. So it really promotes you rotating through the various things you find, and as opposed to thinking them as like traditional weapons that you level up, it's just another tool you're going to find that you need to deploy to help get through the level.
So in this part of the stage, we're really trying to find all of these locks, which I know where they're at already, but if you do need to figure out where there are, you can just press square here, and it gives you a little scan. This is a stasis net, Cowboy. Do you want to explain what the stasis net does?
Yeah, so the stasis net is probably one of the better utility things that we found so far that's been revealed. Basically, it's like a full sphere-type lockdown that'll freeze enemies in place. So especially combining it with something like the Shockwave gun, I mean, you're effectively freezing an enemy and then you're getting to point blank it with a shotgun. You can imagine how that's going to go. Yeah, we're seeing Joe execute that right there. Just one-tap that one guy, doing the same thing on the bigger guy. And even though they're in stasis, you'll notice he still wanted to hack to open the enemy up so they take that additional damage and just make it easier to get through.
Try to get stuck in place here, but there we go. And so that's one of the trickier encounters that you can have in this kind of like opening start of the game. So I can throw you for a loop, but we managed to get past it, and now we've got all the locks down. Let's jump down here.
And the other thing is, during the exploration too, there's actually a fair amount of just stuff kind of off the beaten path. I know we don't want to show it off right here, but there's even false walls you can find, and then behind them is going to be goodies, additional weapons that you could do into your kit, additional hacks. So Joe's speeding through, so it looks more linear, but there's definitely lots of goodies you can find if you want to take your time more.
Yeah, and also one thing I want to explain is this is an escape hatch, so in the demo that we have here, it just kind of serves as a checkpoint, but you can actually go back to this area called the shelter, which we're going to show in a trailer after this. And that is kind of like your hub area where you can upgrade your abilities, upgrade your weapons, and hang out with Diana, where you can give her gifts and things like that. But we're going to keep speeding along here. Going to get this decode hacking node, which
Defense reduction.
yeah,
one.
reduces defense on the enemy if you go through it during your hack.
Yeah, so you can see down in the bottom right, he just used one and went from 3 to 2. But so similar to how a lot of our weapons are going to have a set amount of ammo, and it's like a use it or lose it situation. That's also going to be the case with certain auxiliary hacks that you can find. So you could save certain hacks until there's like, okay, I want to make sure I save one weakness till I get to the boss, or whatever the case is going to be.
Oh, we'll get some enemies coming in here.
Got some friends dropping in.
Please remove them from the premises.
And that's the station's rogue AI, Edis, which is doing some bad stuff. Oh, we got this enemy here. But yeah, these kind of like combat arenas really challenge you to multitask, to try and keep enemies in place, and make sure you just kind of have a handle on the situation. Oh, and see, right there. They're hiding. Oh, did we not get that? We didn't get it. I'm nervous.
Going too fast.
Yeah, I think when you guys go hands-on with the game for yourself, if you're here at New York Comic Con, you really see how the combat, it just clicks. It feels good. The shooting part of it feels good, but then when it's mixed with the hacking, it really adds this other dimension where you're kind of using two parts of your brain, and it feels really good to play. So Cowboy, we're gonna get to the boss fight here, and we sped to this part, so now I'm gonna let you take over. So let's
See if I can
see
kill
your
the boss
gameplay.
just as fast.
You're gonna skip this cutscene? And right into it. Good luck.
Any idea what the hell this is?
Gotta remember the triggers.
Not one of your buddies.
Oh, there he is. Hang on.
Go and blast it.
All right, I got a hack. Where's my hack at?
Ooh, there you go. And then you got the overheat. Yeah, just hit R2.
Get a little personal with it.
Very stylish attack. Big damage. Now we have the overdrive protocol, which is one of Diana's special abilities. Just hacks basically everything around her. It's a nice get out of jail free card here. There's your explanation.
Whoa! Where did that come from?
I think it really did something!
Yeah, not bad.
Yeah, the location damage is just super important. Just really want to layer on as much damage to that bat canister as you can. And there are other weapons around here in case you do run out of ammo, but we'll see if you even need it.
All right. Time to kick this butt.
Oh god.
Shoot it where it's weak,
I want a shotgun.
There you go.
There we go. Okay.
Watch out!
Hey, who you pushing around?
Oh, I boosted out of it. I think we can finish it.
There you go.
Oh, there we go.
All right.
Energy levels.
All right, well done. You got it.
Good job.
All right, let's bring these slides back on the screen, please.
All right, so we revealed a new trailer back at TGS, which included the shelter, which was an area I was talking about just earlier. That is a big part of this game's progression. You go back to this hub area, you upgrade, and you improve your abilities and your weapons. As we just saw in this demo, this is a specially tweaked experience for the events that we've been going to. So there's fewer enemies on screen, and things are a little bit easier to get through. But in the full game, there is more of a loop of going back and getting better at the game, improving your abilities. So let's go ahead and take a look at that trailer right now.
Let's play the video.
The shelter. Looks like we got some backup power here.
Now, maybe we can upgrade our stuff.
Worth a shot. We gotta get going.
Ready when you are. Starting hack. Crack. Jump, Q.
This frickin' thing is tough as hell.
We can use this to hit harder and beat things faster. We did it! Something's aiming at us. Leave it to me. I got him.
Not bad. Leave the shooting to me. That was easy. Guess it's my turn.
Missile spotted. Right back at ya.
Good job, kid. Now it's my turn.
Move, Hugh.
Get some!
Hacking.
You're going down.
Look out.
Take that!
Hugh.
Right on. How you like this?
Got it.
Diana. Diana?
Yeah? What?
See this spot? You think we can get here in one piece?
Yeah, we'll go, and if you don't get hurt, that means it's safe. Let's go!
Sounds like a plan.
All right, yeah, one of the things I really love in this game is the art design. I think the characters are very distinctive. The art style is really distinctive. Cowboy, what do you think of what you've seen so far?
I mean, I'm just happy we're finally seeing it, because I remember this was like one of those games where the trailer dropped, and it was like, I think, what, about 2 years before we heard anything, and everyone was like, what is it? What is it about? I mean, obviously, there's a small child in a blue coat. Is this maybe a reference to a certain man that might be Mega? You know, there were a lot of questions that people had, and I'm just glad we're like finally getting to see gameplay and getting an idea of what it is.
I don't know how many times we have to deny it, but we've said in interviews, I've said it on different panels that it's not a Mega Man game, but it's you guys just like, it's not gonna let it go. All right, so I want to take a closer look at the character designs here. This is a closer look at Hugh's design. He's really got this it's kind of like an astronaut suit, but it's got a little bit more future tech on it. You feel the heft of it, I think, as you were seeing while we were playing there. Each time he steps, it feels heavy, right?
Yeah.
This feels like
very
a suit
hefty.
you could wear.
I might. I could probably. I'd fit well in Hugh's suit, I think.
And this is Diana's design, and as we said, blue, and you guys immediately jumped to Mega Man, but it's not related to Mega Man. But I really love the design of her coat. I think there's so many intricate details there. It's such a cool design. And I also want to show off this artwork. This is an expanded version of artwork that was created just for New York Comic Con. This is, if you caught it in the trailer, there is kind of like a New York-ish looking area in the game, and it was something that we first showed off in the very, very first trailer of the game back in 2020. And it is indeed in the final version of the game, and it is a super cool area. I think it has a really, really unique art style that hopefully you guys can discover. And yeah, the team is really excited to show this one off, so hopefully everybody here in New York is excited by seeing this. Cowboy, Susie, any parting comments for Pragmata before we go?
So you said she's not Mega Man, but she kind of looks like Mega Girl, right? That's a joke, by the way. It's not Mega Man. It's not Mega Man.
You're not gonna like take one of the characters away mid-game or something, right, Joe? I've had like a lot of games lately where like there's a companion and then the companion dies. You're not setting us up for heartbreak here or something, are you?
I'm not
We'll have to play to find out.
Like that response.
Well, that's all we got for Pragmata today. It's coming out next year. PS5, Xbox Series X and S, and PC. We are all on the team super excited for this game. I'm really passionate about it. I feel really, really excited by this game and the response that we've been seeing. So yeah, it's just a really exciting time, and we're really glad to finally be able to show it to you. And with that, we will pass it on back to Andy and Susie for
Resident Evil Requiem. Okay. And there it is. So this is our Resident Evil Requiem section. We're going to do a little recap first of everything we know so far, and then we're going to do a little Q&A with the one and only Susie, Spear Hunter.
Hello.
And then Susie's going to grace us by playing the demo right in front for you guys, and this is one of the first times that we're actually streaming the demo. So no pressure.
Yeah, no pressure,
maybe a little
guys.
pressure, but no pressure.
Okay, yeah, I'll
okay?
try my best.
All right, okay.
Really scary.
So let's get to like the recap for those who might not be familiar with what we have talked about for Resident Evil Requiem so far. So our protagonist is Grace Ashcraft, brand new protagonist. She, unlike our past protagonist, is very fearful, and this fearful personality goes in line with the survival horror aspect of Resident Evil Requiem. She is a young FBI analyst, almost super analytical, but maybe almost too analytical. Maybe she sometimes doesn't understand or listen to what other people have to say. She's really close, she was really close with her mother, Alyssa Ashcroft. Alyssa Ashcroft is from Resident Evil Outbreak. Susie, did you play Outbreak?
I love Outbreak.
And as you might have seen in our past trailer, you can see their relationship, and this is really like the emotional part of Resident Evil Requiem. But in addition to the story, there is exploration, there's puzzle solving, there's tense combat with firearms. You could play in first or third person. Show of hands, who here would rather play in first person? All right. How about, I'm gonna ask you later. How about third person?
That's what I thought.
How about you, Susie?
So I think for my personal playthrough, I'm gonna do third person, like when I have the full game. But for tonight, we're gonna go first person.
Ooh. You can switch right in the middle as well. So if you want to experience both, you're free to do that. Zombies are back. They are a big part of Resident Evil. The encounters with them are fresh and different. Can't say much beyond that. Hopefully it's enough to get you guys thinking, but it is different, and we can't wait to tell you guys more about this, but here's some screenshots of the zombies for you to kind of meddle over. And now, Susie, I have some questions for you.
Hello.
Resident Evil is such a big part of who you are. Can you describe your history with the series?
Yeah, so I actually brought a little show and tell. Here's my original copy of Director's Cut that I got in 1999. Right here in New York, by the way, in Brooklyn. And it's interesting. I had a very unique upbringing where, gaming was like a huge part of my family. So one day my brother just comes home and he has Resident Evils 1, 2, and 3 with him. So I actually played those games back to back.
That in like one sitting?
Well, over the course of a summer, because I had to figure out puzzles and stuff, but.
And knowing just how important it was, and you've been talking about it in your childhood, like what is like for this new chapter? What do you think about it?
From everything we've seen so far, I think it looks really cool. It's definitely got more of an RE7 kind of like down in the mud, like gritty feeling, but it also really reminds me of classic survival horror. So that's really good to see.
And segueing off of that classic survival horror, we have our new protagonist. What do you think about Grace?
I think playing as Grace is going to be very interesting because, as you said earlier, she is an FBI analyst. And if you don't know, analysts don't usually go into the field. So she's taking a lot of risks with her career path right now.
And before we get to like the gameplay, what makes Resident Evil as a series so special to you? Because you have so many videos about it. We've talked a lot about Resident Evil.
Yeah.
We know you, we love you, and just for everyone out there, like, what makes it so special for you?
For me personally, and I think a lot of people in here tonight can relate to this, Resident Evil isn't really a hopeless form of horror. It's horror driven by hope. And every game, this game seems like it too, is about overcoming impossible odds and your horrors, your fears. My favorite thing was always, struggling through the first playthrough, but then on subsequent playthroughs, kind of like replaying and like just destroying all the horror. And that's what's special about Resident Evil. It's a horror that has hope.
And speaking of special, yeah, please, everyone. And speaking of like special, what's really special to us is the Resident Evil community. We see you guys in cosplay here. I've taken a picture of a bunch of you guys. I am going to put it on our social channels. But what does the Resident Evil community mean to you?
It means everything. I mean, I wouldn't have a career path without you guys. And I love seeing all of the fan art, the discussion. There is so much discussion around this game, like who that monster is, like what kind of like, characters may or may not show up. Like, it's just, the community is like one of the best communities out there.
You guys are awesome.
Yep.
So it's been a minute since you've actually played this demo. From what you can remember, what were you thinking when you were playing it? Like, what were the thoughts in your head?
So I got to play this back at SGF, and that was a while ago, as you guys may know. The thoughts going through my head, I was on the edge of my seat, I remember you were watching me play the game, and again, to go back to like RE7, like it really, this game so far has that kind of like really like intense like brand of horror, like every little sound you're like jumping at, and it's very dark and very scary, so.
Yeah, Cowboy, you played it as well. What were your thoughts?
I only played a little bit. We've talked about this before, but I can only do Resident Evil in like short bursts because it just gets to be too intense for me. First person, this is going to be real scary in first person, I think. I went through third. And even then, it was still pretty scary. Just I don't know. The monster is so grotesque. I love it so far. But from what I've played, I'm excited to play more.
Are you ready to watch Susie play?
I'm ready. I'm ready. Let's do it.
All right, you ready, Susie?
I'm ready.
Let's go.
Oh, wait.
All right.
Pray for me.
Can we get the game on our screen, please?
Oh.
2 seconds, folks.
2 seconds. Hold on. Are you nervous?
I'm very nervous, yeah.
All right, let's put it up on the screen.
We're gonna let this kind of go. We are gonna like chat a little bit, but let's get into the ambiance of it all.
Yes. You guys ready to be scared?
Do we want them to dim all the lights?
Oh, maybe. Should we dim the lights?
Do you want all the lights out, Susie?
Let's dim the lights.
Off.
More? Let's dim the lights even more. Can we?
Let's go a little bit more.
Way.
Yeah.
There we go. We'll keep that light on. Here we are in this dark and spooky place.
Scared. How do you get in there, Susie?
I think we need a key. Let's see what's down here. Hello. Okay.
Dead.
Okay. So, we need to get the fuse. I'm sure all of that dialogue in the distance is nice people, not scary people.
We've watched so many people play this demo, and the pitch black, everyone, when they get to this hallway, just stands there for like 30 seconds.
Oh, we're not even. We're about to get to the real dark part. I just straight up kind of gave up at this part. I could not see it all. See if anyone in the crowd can see. Oh wait, that. Oh, they added that light. That helps.
It's so dark.
Empty bottle. I'm sure that'll be deadly. Actually going to backtrack a little bit.
That's right. This didn't show off the opening for this scene either. So we were talking a little bit about how Ash is, she's an analyst, and the scene's not here, but the sequence opens up with her basically like strapped up in an experimenting chair, having to get herself loose. No idea how she's ended up in this environment, why she's here, what's going on, and it really kind of sets the stage for why she's so concerned as she's going around here.
Oh, that's cute. I'm sure that'll lead to cute things in the cherub room. I gotta be honest with you guys, I'm very scared right now.
It has been a minute.
It's been a minute, yeah. Oh yes, another empty bottle. That'll help us.
We have a lighter now, so
Yeah.
it'll be a little less dark.
Andy, are we allowed to put our tears in the empty bottle?
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. Comic-Con sure does have a great sound system, huh?
He's dead.
My favorite line.
Gets me every time.
FBI analyst at work.
Yeah. What else could he be?
Infected.
Run, Susie, run!
Time to go. Oh my god.
What the fuck? Don't come any closer!
I like how you got right in its face.
Yeah. I'll be honest with you, I was trying to back up, but there was something behind me, so. So, how do you guys feel about that? Okay.
Still gotta find the fuse.
I guess we'll, look in here.
Oh my god. This looks important. Oh, maybe.
Cowboy, did you make it this far?
I did.
Okay, good.
I did. I did manage to beat it, but
Oh.
no spoilers, obviously.
Do you think he's dead too?
He looks pretty dead. She might need to check for a pulse again to be sure, though.
Oh, hi. Oh no.
It's okay.
Andy, I don't think it's okay.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay.
Everything's gonna be okay.
Okay. Alright. Whatever you say, I'm trusting you, Andy. I'm trusting you. Okay. Oh look. Screwdriver. That's useful, right?
Yes.
Oh my god.
Be very quiet, Susie.
Very quiet.
Nice.
Okay. Okay. Alright. Hello. Okay.
Susie, she wants a hug.
I feel you, Grace. Oh my god.
Please, no.
That's not good.
What luck.
The literal worst luck. Okay. Nice and quiet, guys. Nice and quiet.
Fast.
god, you're trapped again.
Oh no.
Oh god. Oh.
Don't mind
That is some
me.
expert maneuvering.
Now let's see if it pays off.
Oh. Ah. Oh my god.
Oh my god. I am so sorry, Grace.
Susie, run. Susie, run. Please run.
Oh my god. Great. I don't think that's gonna help me now.
Yeah, those speakers. Whew.
I know, the reverberation. All right, you got it.
What do you think, guys? You think I can make it to the exit?
You made it. Did it.
Oh no. This is merely an overture to our dark symphony.
Let's bring back up the slides.
How did that feel?
That was one of the most intense experiences of my life, but you know, I couldn't let New York down.
Yeah.
Grace will live.
I'm not gonna lie, I've seen this a lot. I was scared again.
Yeah.
Like, again.
I was cutting it real close there. I did not know that little, shimmy was gonna work, but we did it.
I didn't think it would. Honestly, I didn't think it would. But you did an amazing job. Can we get a hands up for Susie for that?
Thank you, guys.
So, Resident Evil Requiem comes out on February 20. Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Are you okay?
I'm okay.
Okay. Resident Evil Requiem comes out on February 27th, 2026. The demo is available right here at New York Comic Con. We're here all weekend. And it will be available for pre-order starting on October 29th, US time. We're also going to be releasing a special RE franchise video along with it. There won't be any new Resident Evil Requiem gameplay in it, but it's going to celebrate the entire franchise. And I know you are, that's going to be amazing for you, right?
Oh, of course.
Oh. Well, before we do that, can we give a hands up for Cowboy as well for playing?
So, before we leave, I know I promised everybody a trailer for Monster Hunter Stories 3, and it wouldn't feel right if we ended before showing you this updated trailer. So, before we cut it and get a picture with everybody, let's play the Monster Hunter Stories 3 trailer.
Hard tone shift right here.
Twin monsters are a portent of disaster. Should you wish to approach this omen, Ancient custom dictates that only one may live.
She has much to learn, both as royalty and as a rider. Do what you can to help her.
In the service of your development, I will go to the end of the world and beyond!
The only talk I hear of Lady Amara is as the founder of the Rangers and an intrepid protector of monsters. We, me and the Rangers, have nothing but respect for her.
Unraveling the world's greatest mysteries? Man, the Rangers are so cool!
Look at that! It's gone feral!
Got him! For now, I'm in your care, princess. Let's go! All right!
I needed to know what she hoped to accomplish. I became a ranger in the hopes I might find out.
Vermeil faces an unprecedented crisis. This is a crisis plain and simple. Our kingdoms must come together if we wish to survive it.
Your troops advance on our border, and you dare plead for cooperation?
Hold on now. What joint venture would you have us undertake? Our homecoming beyond the meridian, the sacrosanctum.
Listen, you should really succeed the throne. I know it's the last thing you want, but a ruler as kind as you would ensure peace for a generation, maybe even longer.
Rathalos! I can't believe they'd bring it here!
All right, thank you so much, everybody. Before we leave, we'd love to take a picture with you all, if that's all cool.
Let's do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right, so audience, what we need you all to do is get up on your feet, and on the count of 3, you're going to yell, scream, throw your hands in there, so we make sure we get a fabulous picture. Get ready, here we go. 1, 2, 3. One more time, 1, 2, 3. One more time, make some noise for our panelists here today. And enjoy the rest of your evening here at New York Comic Con.